I think many of the problems that our clients come with could be avoided by not necessarily thinking more commercially, but simply by thinking ahead. We try to encourage them to start at the end and work backwards towards the beginning.
My main advice is it's actually relatively easy to get into the clinic in the first place. And clinical trials, they're a risk-based assessment by the regulatory agencies, and they're really looking at the risk to a small number of patients. But when you're developing your product, you have to think about the end game. So the work that you do to get a clinical trial approved is only a small subset of the work that you really need to have done at the point in time. So if you want your product to eventually be approvable, you need to be doing more work than the regulators are asking for early on.
Making the leap from clinical trials to production, some of the consideration has to be in the fact that in the clinical trial stage, we're usually doing small volumes or small numbers of patients. When we go commercial, that's going to expand dramatically, and we're talking from tens to thousands. So the tools that we use at the clinical trial stage aren't going to be sufficient, and in fact are usually more scientific based, and we need to get into the more comprehensive manufacturing and commercial processes and equipment that will allow us to make a reliable, robust, and economical product that we can sell as a therapy.
One of the things we'll always say is think about all the problems as early as possible. Generally what happens is we do what we need to do to get us from step A to step B without necessarily thinking of the consequences of step D, M, or Z. And what we might end up finding is when we don't think these things through, we start actually building in a process that's not optimized, and then we have to deal with it later.
I think slowly the industry is understanding all the work they need to do. I think they've been in denial about how hard work it is to develop a medicine up until now.